G'day folks. Well, it's been a while since I've sat down in front of the camera and talk a little bit about the car and what my direction is in life at the moment, or where I'm heading. Yeah, I thought I'd share it with you. Honestly guys, I think the best weekend, the other weekend in the car. Even though I was 3 seconds off my PB, I had so much fun in this car. It was incredible. It really was. Yeah, I passed a few lower powered vehicles, but it was just the way the car is driving. It's blowing me out of the water. The brakes, the power, the air fuels. It's incredible. And that gearing is oh God, I'm so glad I never went. I went from a 3.7 to a 3.5. I'm just so glad I never went to, I was actually thinking 3.4 or even 3.3, but thinking that now, I think it would have been a bit too much for that track. On a longer track, more open, yes, but this one, it's a happy medium. I think I cracked around 5,500 revs going around the sweeper, and that felt about the same speed what I normally did with the shorter gearing at around 6.1, 6.2. So we're about, it feels to be about 400 to 500-ish compared to what it was. So not having to rev the engine hard, it's unbelievable because it's got so much torque. It's, as soon as you come out of a corner, you can just click it straight into top, and it ramps the turbo up. It gets on boost so much quicker, and it's a delight to drive. It just pulls you back, and it's manageable. It's just beautiful, and it's easy to throttle too. Whereas before, it was a lot harder to throttle with the shorter gearing. It'd either want to spin the tyres, or it was just a bit of a handful. Well, now it's just calmed it down, and even though I've gone up in boost, it just seems to really settle it. Like that transition of boost coming on is a lot smoother. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm really, really so close to this car being how I want it. There's a couple of little minor things. Well, there's one little thing I want to change on it. And I've only just realised in the last week or two, last meeting was more evident than ever. Just a light bulb moment. The steering wheel is too big. It's crazy. The harder I push the car, the bigger the wheel gets. And it feels like I'm steering a truck. Like the size of the wheel feels like a truck steering wheel. And it's too close. It's way too close for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull that whole assembly out, and we're going to go for a really nice steering setup, a racing steering setup, and a wheel you can sort of unclip and sort of put out of the way. And I just want to sort of make it so it's just a little bit forward, an inch, 2 inches forward, because my feet are perfect where the pedals are. It's just the steering wheel's just sort of back up against me a little bit. And it feels, when I really push the car, especially coming around the start-finish line there, when I'm on that sort of coming around, and it's a sort of a sweeping corner, and it's a little bit of speed in it. If it starts to break out traction, or something sort of gets a little bit funky with it, it's too big to react with. It feels like I can drive it, but if anything happens, it's just too big to try and react and recover. So that's a lot of the reason why I'm sort of been holding back all these years. I've left that to the last. I've done everything else to the car, and I've left the steering wheel to last. So that will be one job I'll be doing over the winter months. I've got a couple of little annoying leaks in the car I want to fix before the next meet, which is on in May on the 16th. I've got a power steering, a banjo fitting. It's just suddenly decided to leak. It was perfect, and it just dumped a heap of fluid out over the weekend. I can't believe it. So I think I may have to pull the rack out to fix that one. And the oil pump off the motor, I've got a sandwich plate that directs the oil through an oil cooler and runs it back into the engine. Well, that I had that modified and I had it welded up for my fittings and that, and that's got a couple of tiny little pinholes in it, and it sort of drips a bit, and it's been spraying back a little bit against my starter motor and hitting the header pipes, and I was told that there's a bit of smoke coming out of it, so it's a little bit, it's annoying, but I want to fix that while I can. I've actually know that I've got a slight rear main seal leak in the thing too, and when I put it together, I don't know if I've put that, it's got a neoprene seal, 2-piece, and I'm not sure whether I've got it round the wrong way or whatever's going on there. So that's not too bad, but if I can clean up these couple of little leaks up the front, it'll get me through till May. Then I may, if it's still a little bit of an issue, I may pull the engine out and address this. Actually be a good time to fix that bolt. Well, I've got a broken bolt that holds the transmission through to the engine, and it's actual stud, because I run an adapter plate. They've got an offset stud on them, and I've broken one of those on the passenger side, so it's on the left side of the car, and that's where all the torque is, and it's just, I've made up a little jerry rig thing to sort of patch it up till I address it properly. So I think the engine may have to come out over the winter to fix the oil leak and that stud, and that'll give me a chance to put that strip master manifold on too. So I'd like to sort of dummy that up with the engine off out of the car and sort of get that all tidied up as well. So, and it'll be interesting too to check the, hang on a sec, I've got a little call coming in. That'll give me a moment, well, that'll give me a chance to check the bearings, because I've got to pull the sump off and get to the rear main. So it'd be a good time to do all that and check it and see how it's faring up, because I think that motor's been in 18 months now, sort of, it's had a bit of a beating, so we'll check it over and see how its health is. But the oil in it, since E85, guys, it stays a honey golden colour. With the pump fuel, it'd go black in no time. And the oil, I don't get any moisture in my oil. It's incredible. That vacuum pan setup I got just sucks it all out. It's amazing, when I first started, after a week or two in the shed, sitting here, the vapour that keeps coming out of this as it's extracting it out of the engine and gets rid of that condensation in the motor. It's just fantastic, that setup, so I love it. Look at her there, she's a good car, she's a beautiful beast. I love it, absolutely love it. Well, I'm not going to do the ute, guys. I've decided I'm going to just pull the pin on it, because I'm a realist now. I've realised that I cannot do two cars. It's just, this one will suffer. Now this is where it's at. This here brings so much joy, gives me so much passion to keep going with it. I can't stop. I can't stop, and I do want to crack under a minute down at Simmons. That is my goal. I've done a 64, and I know that it'll do it. I know it'll do it. It's just a matter of me getting confidence with a decent steering wheel and getting confidence on the brakes even more. It's got the power, it's got the gearing, it's got the brakes. Now I just need to drive the thing to that under 60 second mark, and I can do it. I know I can do it. Like I said, I just need a little bit better steering wheel and a lot more confidence in the car. So if it does start to step out, I can correct it very easily. Because the big wheel's just too big. It's too big, and it's horrible. It's horrible. So we're going to do that mod, and I think that mod's going to really get me under a minute. So I'm very, very excited about it. Now, since I'm not doing the ute, I'll let you in on a little secret. It's more of a personal thing, but we've just bought a Iveco They call them a daily, which is it's a big van. It's a huge big van. It's 7 metres long. It's a dual wheel. It's got a 3 litre turbo diesel, 6-speed, 160,000 Ks on the clock. So it hasn't done a lot, and it's in really, really good condition. What we're going to do, we're going to, in the next 12 months, 18 months, because my wife is just doing incredible, we want to do some travelling. And I'm slowing down in work. I'm actually not going to be working pretty soon from now. I've just got to tidy up a little job for a bloke. And after that, I'm going to focus on the van and focus on this, keep focusing on this in the van. And I'm going to embark on fitting it out and making it completely off-grid. And we're going to go touring. And the best thing is, the new van will tow the Streamliner. It's rated for it. And I want to do a bit of travelling and tow this to the mainland and meet up with a bloke that I haven't met and I really have warmed to over the years. Me and him are very, very similar, passionate, love our cars, and I want to go racing with him, and we want to just have fun, get to meet the guy. So I'll be able to do that, and I'll have home away from home. So this is just, it's going to be fantastic. And then my wife wants to come to the track, and she can do it. Come down and spend half a day, 5-6 hours, and she can be parked up in the van, or she can get out and we can move her around. If she's not walking by then, it's amazing. So this is our new road that we're taking, and we're really, really excited. Really excited about it all. So I think that's a lot to do with it, guys, with this awakening that I've had. I've had a massive awakening. I know that what I'm doing with my wife has nothing to do with the hospitals at all. We're not on any pharmaceutical. We don't even visit hospitals. It's all natural remedies. And what's happening with her is it's not a miracle. It's actually the truth. It's not that hard to heal yourself if you've got a little bit of knowledge and open your eyes. This whole system that's we've lived our lives in is crumbling. I'm not sure any of you guys are feeling that. It's all changing. There's some amazing things happening at the moment. People are starting to wake up to the truth on what's really been happening for a long, long time. And this whole system over the coming, very soon, over the next year or two, oh my God, it's going to be so much different. And it's going to be shocking for a lot of people. It was shocking for me to find out what was really going on. It's been tough, but we got through it, and it's a daily thing. We just take one day at a time. But what is going to unfold in the coming years is just mind-blowing. The way society is going to change, it's going to be incredible. But there is going to be a lot of pain, and I'm seeing it now. I can see people's reactions now on certain things. A couple of hours ago, I went to the supermarket and got my groceries, and I can see people are in fear, which is really sad. They're struggling to talk. They're so serious. I feel like it's a zombie apocalypse at the minute. I really feel that, and I limit myself to that sort of side of it now. I don't go mingle with it, because we've lost a lot of friends through a lot of people think we're kooks because the way we've sort of woken up and to the truth. But that's okay. That doesn't worry me one bit. I know within myself where I stand now, and I've dealt with a lot of demons inside of me over the years, and my relationship with my wife has been, we're getting on so much better now than in the last couple of years than we've ever done in the last 26 years. We've been together nearly 28 years, and it's just amazing. We're both on that same wavelength, and we understand what's going on in the world, and it will reunite people eventually. But at the moment, there's going to be a huge awakening as it unfolds, and there's going to be a bit of a split. But look, I can talk about more of this, guys. It's really consumed my life at the moment, and it's just fantastic. It's given us the drive to do things and manifest things. Determination on this car has netted the results that I've desired, and now that with this van that's coming from Melbourne, I should get this in a couple of weeks. This will be another direction we're heading. It's just going to be incredible. I can't wait to do it, because to be able to travel around, do what you want to do, and feel free, especially at my age, I'm 52, I've done the hard yards of work. So it's time I sort of slowed down a little bit and enjoyed life. And that's what it's about, guys. It's not all about work. It really isn't. And I've had that awakening to realise that. So it's bloody brilliant. It really is. So if any of you guys, look, if you want me to talk about it a bit more, let me know in the comments. I'm not going to worry about the ones that carry on and reckon I'm a dickhead. It doesn't worry me. It doesn't bother me one bit. That's their issue. But if you guys want me to talk a bit about what's going on in the world, I can do it gently. I can just throw it in as I'll show you a bit about the car, keep doing that, but then add a bit about what's going on in life and the truth. And I'll share you, look guys, I can share a lot of stuff. I've been researching a couple of years, but I've had this massive awakening in the last 10 months. And it's really changed my life for the better. It really has. I just feel so much more at ease. It's amazing. It really is. All right, guys. Well, I'll do a little video on the next one and show you the power steering rack, because that's a really nice rack, and I'd like to show you that too. It's a really quality rack, and I'll show you the little the sandwich plate too, and where it was leaking, and we'll talk about that steering, the new steering setup that I plan on doing in the coming months. So maybe you guys can help me out. All right, folks. Well, it's just a little update, and yes, I am editing. I'm starting to learn. I've got a beautiful little app, so I may pop the odd one or two little random video up, but it's more or less just testing my ability on the editing side, because I do want to sort of dive into that, because it's exciting. I really enjoyed it. I actually found the video you just watched, I'm actually annoyed with myself. You can stretch out each picture. So I think the picture went for 3 or 4 seconds the first time, but if you double it or triple it with that nice little bit of piano music, no, it wasn't me using the piano, I had a fellow comment on that. But if you stretch it out, it made the video really, really nice to watch. And yeah, I'm learning as I'm going, so I'll keep improving on it, and we'll see where it takes us. All right, folks. Well, it's good to touch base with you all. Take care, and I'll catch you later.